Hello students, how are you doing? I hope you are doing great. Today we are going to study your 10th class second chapter, The Thief Story. This is from your second book, that is supplementary book, Footprints Without Feet. This is written by Ruskin Bond. Let us see the brief introduction of this chapter. In this, a young boy makes friend with Anil. Anil trusts him completely and employs him. Does the boy betray his trust? The story is about a 15-year-old thief who changes his name every month to stay ahead of the police and old employers. This time he kept his name Hari Singh. The other person in the story is a 25-year-old writer named Anil. The thief meets Anil and asks him if he can work for him. The story unfolds on how the thief betrays Anil by committing a theft but retracts later on. Let us see about the author. Ruskin Bond is an Indian author of British descent. He lives with his adopted family in Lander, Missouri, India. The Indian Council for Child Education has recognized his role in the growth of children's literature in India. He was awarded the Sahitya Akademi Award in 1992 for Our Trees Still Grow in Dara, his novel in English. He was awarded the Padma Shri in 1999 and the Padma Bhushan in 2014. Let us see the explanation of this chapter. I was still a thief when I met Anil, and though only 15, I was an experienced and fairly successful hand. Anil was watching a wrestling match when I approached him. He was about 25, a tall, lean fellow, and he looked easygoing. Easygoing means simple, means आसानी से वश में आने वाला. Kind and simple enough for my purpose. I hadn't had much luck of fate and thought I might be able to get into the young man's confidence. Here, let us see the word meaning. Lean means thin. Approached means came. Okay. The story starts from the point where the two main characters of the story meet, Anil and the thief. The thief is the narrator of the story. The thief says that according to him, he was pretty good at stealing. Though he was small by age, Anil was watching a wrestling match at that time when the thief met him, and he was a tall, thin, and an easygoing man of 25-year-old. The thief hadn't committed any theft in the past few days as he did not get a chance. Now he thought that Anil would be a good man to steal things from, because he was looking him very simple person. You look a bit of wrestler yourself, I said, a little flattery. Flattery means excessive and insincere praise, chaplusi. Helps in making friends. So do you, he replied, which put me off for a moment because at that time I was rather thin. Well, I said modestly. Modestly means without vanity or arrogance, vinamrata se, politely. I do wrestle a bit. What is your name? Hari Singh. I lied. I took a new name every month. That kept me ahead of the police and my former employers. After this introduction, Anil talked about the well-oiled wrestlers who were grunting, lifting and throwing each other about. Grunting means complaining. I didn't have much to say. Anil walked away. I followed casually. Hello again, he said. I gave him my most appealing smile. Appealing means attractive or interesting. I want to work for you, I said, but I can't pay you. Now he thought about getting comfortable for him as he was thinking that he is a simple man. Then the thief commented on Anil that he looks like a wrestler himself. He said that to win his confidence by flattering him. To this, Anil also replied that even the thief looked like a wrestler, which offended him as he was very thin at that time. The thief politely replied that he did wrestle a bit sometimes. Anil asked his name and the narrator lied that his name was Hari Singh. The narrator used to change his name every month to escape the police and his ex-employers. Then they started talking about the well-oiled wrestlers whom they watched on the screen. The narrator did not have much to say as he did not know much about wrestling. As Anil was leaving, the narrator again came to him asking him that he wanted to work for him. The narrator came to him with the most appealing, most attracting smile that he could. Anil told him that he won't be able to pay him back for his work. I thought that over a minute, perhaps I had misjudged means form a wrong opinion or conclusion about my man. My man. I asked, "Can you feed me? Can you cook?" I can cook, I lied again. If you can cook, then maybe I can feed you. He took me to his room over the Jumna sweet shop and told me I could sleep on the balcony, but the meal I cooked that night must have been terrible. Terrible means extremely bad or serious. Because Anil gave it to a sorry, gave it to a stray dog and told me to be off. But I just hung around smiling in my most appealing way and he couldn't help laughing. Hari had not expected this reply and thought to himself that he had misjudged Anil as he had thought that Anil had a lot of money. The narrator then asked if he could feed him, to which Anil instantly asked if Hari could cook. Hari lied again and said yes. Anil replied that if Hari could cook, then he could feed him. Both of them went to Anil's room, which was above the Jumna sweet shop. Anil also told Hari that he could sleep in the balcony. The narrator said that the mean that he cooked must have been terrible, means he didn't cook well. So as Anil had to give it to a stray dog. Then he told Hari to go and sleep, but Hari decided to stay for a while. Hari's smile was so appealing that Anil could not stop laughing looking at him. Later he petted. Petted means touch quickly and gently with the flat of the hand. Me on the head and said, "Never mind, he would teach me to cook." He also taught me to write my name and said he would soon teach me to write whole sentences and to add numbers. I was grateful. I knew that once I could write like an educated man, there would be no limit to what I could achieve. It was quite pleasant. Pleasant means giving a sense of happy satisfaction or enjoyment. Working for Anil. I made the tea in the morning and then would take my time buying the day's supplies, usually making a profit of about a rupee a day. I think he knew I made a little money this way, but he did not seem to mind. After some time, Anil patted on Hari's head and told him that he would teach him to cook. He also told him how to write his name and told him that he would soon teach him to write sentences and add numbers. Hari was grateful for what Anil had planned, as he knew that there would be no limit to his work once he knew how to write. Hari enjoyed working for Anil. He used to make tea for him in the morning and then used to go out to buy groceries for the day. He would also keep 1 rupee in his pocket every day from the money that Anil used to give him for daily groceries. Anil knew that he took a rupee every day, but he did not mind. He was fine with it. Anil made money by fits and starts. Fits and start means not working on something consistently. He would borrow 1 week and lend the next. He kept worrying about his next check, but as soon as it arrived, he would go out and celebrate. It seems he wrote for magazines, a queer way to make a living. Queer means strange. One evening he came home with a small bundle of notes saying he had just sold a book to a publisher. At night I saw him tuck the money under the mattress. I had been working for Anil for almost a month and apart from cheating on the shopping had not done anything in my line of work. Line of work means robbery, means he was a thief. I had every opportunity for doing so. Anil had given me a key to the door and I could come and go as I pleased. He was the most trusting person I had ever met. Anil did not have any regular income. As he used to earn money by doing different activities, he did not have any fixed job. The narrator says that Anil used to be worried about his paychecks all the time, but as soon as he would receive a check, he would go out with friends and celebrate. The narrator thinks that he used to write for magazines. The narrator also thinks that it is a very strange way to make money. Then suddenly, one evening, Anil came home with some money and told Hari that he had just sold a book to a publisher. Before going to bed, Anil put the money under his mattress and Hari saw him putting the money there. Hari thought that he had working for Anil for almost a month now and he had not cheated him apart from the 1 rupee that he used to take out daily. Narrator also thinks that he had every chance to steal as Anil had given him the key to his room as well and he could come and go whenever he wished to do so. Anil had been trusted upon by Hari the most. Hari had not been trusted upon by anyone else in his life. And that is why it was so difficult to rob him. It is easy to rob a greedy person because he can afford to be robbed. But it is difficult to rob a careless man. Sometimes he doesn't even notice he has been robbed and that takes all the pleasure out of the work. Well, it is time I did some real work. I told myself I am out of practice and if I don't take the money, he will only waste it on his friends. After all, he doesn't even pay me. Now, Hari, this was the Hari Singh so that Anil is the most trusting person, means he trusts Hari Singh blindly. And this was the only thing that was stopping Hari from stealing as Hari thought that it is very easy to rob a greedy man because he has the capability or the money to get robbed. As he knows about what he has lost, but for a careless man like Anil, there was no use to steal as they sometimes don't even come to know that they have been robbed. Also, Hari feels that when someone doesn't come to know that he has been robbed, then there is no fun left in robbing him. Then Hari decided that he would start with some work. He had not robbed anyone for a long time. He also justifies his act of stealing Anil's money by telling himself that if he didn't steal it, then also Anil would waste it on his friends. He also thought that he had a right over the money as Anil did not even pay him for the work he used to sew. Anil was asleep. A beam of moonlight stepped over the balcony and fell on the bed. I sat up on the floor, considering the situation. If I took the money, I could catch the 10:30 express to Lucknow. Slipping out of the blanket, I crept up to the bed. Anil was sleeping peacefully. His face was clear and unlined. Even I had more marks on my face, though mine were mostly scars. Hari started his work when Anil was sleeping. There was a little bit light over Anil's bed because of the moonlight that was coming in from the window. Hari sat on the floor and planned that if he took the money he could leave the city by the 10:30 p.m. Lucknow express train. Hari then crawled towards the bed and slipped his hand slowly inside the bed mattress. He looked at Anil, who was sleeping peacefully without a single line on his face, and Hari's face had so many scars on it. He realized that although he was much younger than Anil, he had such a bad appearance due to his wrong thinking. On the other hand, Anil was carefree and thought good for others, because of which he had such a nice face. Hari then took out the notes without making any sound. My hand slid under the mattress, searching for the notes. When I found them, I drew them out without a sound. Anil sighed in his sleep and turned on his side towards me. I was startled, feeling or showing sudden shock or alarm. Startled means surprised, and quickly crawled. Crawled means moved slowly and carefully in order to avoid being heard or noticed out of the room. When I was on the road, I began to run. I had the notes at my waist, held there by the string of my pajamas. I slowed down to a walk and counted the notes. 600 rupees in 50s. I could live like an oil rich Arab for a week or two. Hari then took out the notes without making any sound. Anil took a breath in his sleep and turned his side. He was directly facing Hari, which scared him a bit, and Hari quickly left the room. As soon as Hari left the room and was on the road, he started running and had kept the notes in his pajamas. He had tied it with the string of pajamas. Then, after a while, Hari slowed down and counted the notes. He had 12 notes of 50 rupee each, which made it 600 rupees. Then Hari thought to himself that with this money he could live a luxurious life like an Arabian sheikh for at least 2 weeks. When I reached the station, I did not stop at the ticket office. I had never bought a ticket in my life, but dashed. Dashed means quickly ran towards something, straight to the platform. The Lucknow Express was just moving out. The train had still to pick up speed, and I should have been able to jump into one of the carriages, any of the separate section of a train that carry passengers. बोगी होती हैं different, that called carriage. But I hesitated. Hesitated means हिचकिचाना. Pause in indecision before saying or doing something. For some reason I can't explain, and I lost the chance to get away. When Hari reached the station, he straight away went to the platform without buying a ticket, as he had never bought a ticket in his life. He had always travelled without a ticket. When he reached the platform, the Lucknow Express in which he had to go was just leaving the platform. The train was still slow, so he could have easily jumped and got on one of the carriages, but he didn't do so. There was a bit of hesitation in him. Even he didn't understand why he had that hesitation inside him. Because of that, he could not board the train. When the train had gone, I found myself standing alone on the deserted means empty platform. I had no idea where to spend the night. I had no friends, believing that friends are more trouble than help. And I did not want to make anyone curious. Curious means eager to know or learn something. By staying at one of the small hotels near the station, the only person I knew really well was the man I had robbed. Leaving the station, I walked slowly through the bazaar. After some time, when the train had left, Hari found himself all alone at the empty platform. Hari did not know where would he spend the night. He did not have any friends whom he could go to, as he used to think that friends were more of a trouble than being helpful. He did not even want to stay at any of the small hotels, as that would attract attention. He would be found out. He, he is a thief. He knew only one person very well and he had robbed him as well. As Hari was walking through the bazaar after leaving the station, he was thinking of his observation as a thief. In my short career as a thief, I had made a study of men's faces. Even when they had lost their goods, the greedy man showed fear, the rich man showed anger, the poor man showed acceptance. But I knew that Anil's face, when he discovered the theft, would show only a touch of sadness, not for the loss of money, but for the loss of trust. I found myself in the Maidan and sat down on a bench. The night was chilly. Chilly means cold. It was early November and a light drizzle means light rain, added to my discomfort. Soon it was raining quite heavily. My shirt and pajamas stuck to my skin and a cold wind blew the rain across my face. As he was As Hari was walking through the bazaar after leaving the station, he was thinking of his observation as a thief. In a short career span, he had realized that although everybody, from rich to poor, shows different reactions when they lose their goods, but Anil would only be a little sad. That too would not be because he lost his money, but because he had lost trust that he had on Hari. He would be sad that he trusted someone so much and the person had cheated him. Hari was walking when he reached a park. He sat on a bench. As it was the month of November, the night was a bit chilly and then the drizzle added to the discomfort that Hari was going through. It started raining quite heavily and Hari's shirt and pajamas stuck to his body. Cold wind was blowing across Hari's face. I went back to the bazaar and sat down in the shelter. Shelter means a place giving temporary protection from bad weather or danger of the clock tower. The clock showed midnight. I felt for the notes. They were damp. Damp means wet from the rain. Anil's money in the morning. He would probably have given me 2 or 3 rupees to go to cinema. But now I had it all. I couldn't cook his meal, run to the bazaar or learn to write whole sentences anymore. I had forgotten about them in the excitement of the theft. Whole sentences, I knew, could one day bring me more than a few hundred rupees. It was a simple matter to steal and sometimes just as simple to be caught. But to be a really big man, a clever and a respected man was something else. I should go back to Anil, I told myself, if only to learn to read and write. Then Haris went back towards the bazaar and sat under the shelter of the clock tower to escape getting wet. It was 12 o'clock by the clock tower. Hari checked the notes and they were wet. Then again Hari started thinking that it was Anil's money and if he had not stolen it, Anil would have surely given him 2-3 rupees to go for his movie. But now, as he had stolen it, he had it all. Now he won't be able to make tea or do groceries for Anil anymore, nor would he be able to learn to write whole sentences ever. He had not realized that he would be losing all these in the excitement of stealing the money. Now he thought that he knew that he could learn to read and write. He could earn much more money than these few hundred rupees. And that too honestly, he knew that it was very easy to steal something from someone, but sometimes it was that easy to get caught as well. He knew that if he learned to read and write, if he would read and learn read and write, and also if he wanted to be a big man one day. I hurried back to the room, feeling very nervous, for it is much easier to steal something than to return it undetected. Undetected means बिना पता किए, बिना discover किए. I opened the door quietly, then stood in the doorway. It clouded moonlight. Anil was still asleep. I crept to the head of the bed, and my head came up with the notes. I felt his breath on my hand. I remained still for a minute, then my hand found the edge of the mattress and slipped. And slipped under it with the notes. I awoke late next morning to find that Anil had already made the tea. He stretched out his hand towards me. There was a 50-rupee note between his fingers. My heart sank. I thought I had been discovered. Hari went back to Anil's room and was very nervous because he knew that it was much more difficult to return stolen things without being caught than actually stealing it. Hari went to the hallway and stood there as the moonlight was still falling over the bed. Anil was still asleep. Hari went near the head of the bed and took out the notes. Then he was going near the mattress. His hand could feel Anil's breath on his hand. Hari became still for a moment, found the edge of the mattress, and finally slipped the note under it. The next morning, Hari woke up a little late, and Anil had already made the tea by then. Anil expanded his hand towards Hari and had a 50-rupee note in his hand. Hari thought he had been caught. Then suddenly Anil explained that I made some money yesterday, he explained. Now you will be paid regularly. My spirit rose, but when I took the note, I saw it was still wet from the night's rain. Today we will start writing sentences, he said. He knew, but neither his lips nor his eyes showed anything. I smiled at Anil in my most appealing way, and the smile came by itself without any effort. Now he paid him 50 rupees and he told him that he would be paying Hari regularly now because he had made some money the day before. Hari was really happy, but when he took the note in his hand, he saw that it was still wet from last night. He also told Hari that From that day, would teach him how to write complete sentences. Hari realized that Anil had come to know that he had stolen money and kept it back. But the great thing is that what happened? That happened that he did not let it show on his face or his words. Hari again smiled at Anil in his most attracting way, and Anil's smile also came to his face without any efforts. This is all student. There is a moral lesson in this story. Ki, we should we should give a chance to anyone, like Anil gave a chance to Hari Singh to recover uh, to realize his mistake. He was feeling guilty for what he had done and wanted to mend his way. This is the moral lesson, and one should not try to rob anyone, any person. Even if we will read and study and learn more, then we can live a respectable life. So this is all student. I hope you all have understood. Thank you for watching the video.